Well, hey YouTube, it's Elvis Ammo here. Hey, today I got something kind of cool. Now some of you folks know that I kind of had a little something in the works. Not many of you known, but I had something in the works on designing a new bullet mold from Arsenal molds. This is my new mold from Arsenal. See if you can get a look at that without a glare on it. My 225/77 grain Elvis from Arsenal molds. And this is my new mold. A lot of you guys were really looking for a large 223 kind of top of the weight chain, you know, for a bullet, for a cast bullet for our 223. And so I kicked a bunch of stuff around, and this is what I come up with, a 77 grain bullet. And it's actually, so I cast a bunch of them, and they're actually coming up, you know, at they're 76.4, 77.5, 76.5, 77.2. 76.9, 77.3, 76.9. So, you know, I mean, really, you know, all of them that I weighed, you know, they're averaging, you know, right around that 77 grain mark. So, you know, as far as that goes, you know, you can find, you know, a pretty consistent group, you know, if you're picking and choosing, you know, to load for. But kind of excited, you know. I got this mold and started casting as quick as I could, because I wanted these bullets to sit around a little bit, you know, before I try to shoot any of them. And I went ahead and powder coated them. So for all you guys, you know, looking for a heavier grain bullet, there's just not many of them to choose from out there on the market. So Arsenal Molds, Jared over at Arsenal Molds was kind enough to make up a custom mold for me, for us on this channel. And I had powder coated some of them. This is what the bullet looks like powder coated. That's what the bullet looks like. And you know, this is the bullet out of the mold. A big old honking 77 grain bullet. If you want to see it compared to my Lee bullet, for instance, we'll take a look at that. So this is the Lee bullet, and this is the Arsenal Molds. And I'll just put them together here, like that maybe. There they are. So, you know, quite a difference in size here. You know, quite a difference in size. I mean, this thing is huge, you know. So yeah, Arsenal mold. There's the sprue plate. I don't know how many I cast, but that's the mold. These are Lee handles that fit these molds. So that's the mold. I mean, they're, you know, as you guys have seen, most people that follow my channel, you know, Arsenal makes, you know, good quality stuff. I mean, you can see the fine quality of the sprue plate and the mold. You know, the venting and all of that they have in the mold. They do a high quality job, you know, coming up with this stuff. And one thing that I wanted to say too is, you know, this is something that I wouldn't be able to do if it wasn't for Arsenal molds. Now, many of you know that I use all different kinds of molds, and you know, I'm not saying that you shouldn't have any mold but Arsenal mold, but what I am saying that Arsenal molds has contributed in a way to make this possible for us, for me and you, the viewers, to test different types of bullets that there's really no way I would be able to gamble with that much money, you know, to be able to just buy molds and test for you guys. So you know, we owe a debt of gratitude and a big thank you to Arsenal molds. You know, thank you guys very much. From the first time, you know, that I'd ordered a mold, you know, from Arsenal, I've become friends with Jared over there, and you know, they have you know, they believe in us, they believe in this channel, obviously, or they wouldn't, you know, contribute in this way. So the only thing I can say is, you know, if you guys are looking for a mold and you want a custom mold, or if you see a mold on their website, you know, the prices are really great and the quality is really great. It's a win-win situation. So the only thing I'm going to say, and let me just say, Jared over at Arsenal Molds never once told me that I need to say something positive about their mold or their bullets or anything like that. I'm just throwing that out there, seriously. So, you know, if you guys wanted to, you know, give thanks, you know, to Arsenal, you know, give thanks by ordering a mold over there and just checking them out for yourself, and that kind of thing. But back to the bullet, a 77 grain cast 223. Very excited. What I done is, as soon as I cast these, I didn't even wait for the powder to dry. And I just went ahead and just fired a few of them, just because I was really looking to see if I can get these things to feed and function properly in the rifle. And I literally fired 4 shots, because what I was trying to accomplish is I was trying to come up with an overall length for this big honking bullet. And I really count on you guys. Your comments are big contributing factors to this channel, and I always appreciate it. And no matter, you know, no matter how little is commented about or said, you know, sometimes there are bigger influences in some of the information that you guys contribute than you think. So anyway, here's what I come up with. The overall length that I've used on this bullet so far is 2.189. I was really hoping to have a little longer bullet than this. This right here is, you can tell me what you think about how deep this bullet is set inside this case. You see, it's below, it's actually below the neck. So maybe you guys could comment on that, you know, on ill effects of going too deep, or is there an ill effect at all? But with this overall length that I have right here, it is touching the rifling, and you know, so there's some concern there. But as many of us know, there's been controversy for years, you know, over, you know, the bullet should touch the rifling, you know, to, you know, for accuracy purposes and all of that. But we also know that, you know, there's, you know, pressure spikes that may be, you know, unknown, you know, when that occurs. But given the fact that this particular bullet, when I cast it with about 4 or 5% pewter, because I was trying to build my tin content up in the alloy. So I really only ended up with about you know, just a hair over 15 BHN on this bullet. But I also know that that works in my rifle, and I've shot, you know, I've shot even softer lead than that with these powder coated bullets, and they tend to feed and function and work and fly just fine without any leading. So just throwing that out there. So that's not a huge concern of mine, but I was hoping to be closer to 20. I may go ahead and cast some harder bullets and bring the BHN up a little bit. The other thing that I wanted to mention is with this bullet, you know, all of us kind of bring different things to the table, you know, when it comes to loading. You know, our different styles, we have different powders, we have, you know, slightly different methods of thinking, you know, on overall length and that kind of thing. So what I'm thinking about doing with this load is I think I'm going to pick out, you know, if there's a couple of you guys, or maybe 3, I don't really want to send out more than that. But what I'm thinking about doing is maybe sending out some bullets to 2 or 3 of you guys that are interested in testing some of these yourself, and maybe, you know, turning in the results of what you get, you know, good, bad, or ugly, you know, with you know, whatever powders and overall length and all of that kind of thing. So that's really what I'm thinking about is, and I've wanted to do this in the past, and I've not done it. So I'm thinking 2 or 3 of you guys, if you're interested, you can contact me, you know, through the private messenger on YouTube, or even on my Facebook, on my Elvis Ammo Facebook page. You could contact me there. But, you know, let me know. Now, you know, somebody that's qualified to do this, and I'm not saying that I'm qualified to do this. Although I've tested a lot of stuff, I do, you know, I've looked, you know, we all got to look for the pressure. We got to do this safely is what I'm saying. So if you're confident enough, you already know this overall length that I have right here, it is touching the rifling. Now what I was hoping really to accomplish with this bullet is to have just a slightly narrower shank, you know, where this is 223 and on up, you know, 224, you know, on up the shank of the bullet. I was really kind of hoping to get it to about 221 all along this shank, you know, maybe, you know, 50 thousandths of an inch before, you know, where I want to crimp the bullet, just so that the contact in the rifling would be less intrusive, you know, so that, you know, I know that 221 is going to make contact in the rifling, but it wouldn't create as high of a pressure spike, you know, when we pull the trigger, you know, if it's touching. But keep in mind, these are soft bullets, you know, at 15 BHN. So I'm not extremely concerned about that with this overall length. It's certainly making contact, but just a little. Okay, just throwing that out there, and that's going to be something different with each of you. So if you're interested in it and you have some powders you want to try and some patience and some time and a way to, you know, test some of these rounds, contact me, Facebook, or private message me. And I don't really have a system of picking and choosing. I'm just gonna, you know, just let me know, you know. A lot of you guys already know that you, who you are, and you know, qualified or not, that kind of thing too. So, but when I say qualified, just not scared to safely, and you know how to safely test a bullet that's unknown. Now, what I have done so far is at 2.189, I used IMR 4895, and also used benchmark. I used 20 grains of IMR 4895 in my test shot, and I think I used 21 grains of benchmark. And I did not chronograph them. I was just really wanting to see feed and function, and look at the brass, just to kind of get a idea, you know. And you know, these are all of my these are the 4 shots that I made, and that's what the primers look like, just so you can see. Nothing worrisome to me, and I didn't see any kind of ill effect on the brass. So anyway, this is what I got. A new custom mold from Arsenal Molds. Thank you, Jared, so much, you know, for contributing to this channel and the viewers of this channel, so that, you know, we can come closer and closer to finding, you know, perfect cast bullets, especially for the elusive 223. We already know that, you know, that it's a very elusive bullet, you know, to cast for and to load for accurately and all of that kind of thing. So thank you so much over there at Arsenal, and you know, anybody who wants to support Arsenal, by all means do it, you know. But you know, they literally contributed to this channel, and they asked for nothing in return. So just throwing that out there. But there you go. There's my bullets. That's kind of where I'm at. I have a bullet to test. I'm gonna load some up and shoot them. One of the things, you know, that I'm hoping to find out through, you know, 2 or 3 people, you know, you can tell me whether you wanted them, you know, whether you want them raw like this or powder coated. I may decide to go ahead and cast some more and make them harder, depending on what I find here. But you know, within, you know, a week or so, I hope to have a few people to send these bullets out to for testing, and just see what you guys can come up with for this bullet. 77 grain honking big fat 223 cast bullet from Arsenal Molds. It's awesome. You know, I know Fortune Cookie 45 had mentioned, you know, he'd like to see a very large bullet himself, you know, and you know, Fortune Cookie, if you were interested in testing some of these, by all means contact me too. That'd be awesome, you know, if you wanted to try some of these. But there we go. That's it. I'm going to show you one last thing. Here's a comparison of my dummy round with the Lee bullet that I normally use. Right there. So, and here's a factory round compared to my honking 77 grain. So there we go, YouTube. Hope you found this interesting. You know, anytime we can come up with a new custom mold like that. I know, you know, Gun Fun. He made Fortune Cookie did a video where, you know, Gun Fun ZS made up a custom mold himself. You know, just by cutting down a Lee 7.62 by 39 bullet and making a lighter bullet for the 300 blackout or the 7.62 by 39, and it seemed to work out pretty good for him. That's interesting. Gun Fun. Anyway, YouTube, custom mold 77 grain. That's kind of something we're all looking for. You know, a heavy cast bullet for 223. I will see you in the next video.